The present is theirs, the future, for which I really worked, is mine. The desire that guides me in all I do is the desire to harness the forces of nature to the service of mankind. The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. The scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. I have not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists. The mind is sharper and keener in seclusion and uninterrupted solitude. Originality thrives in seclusion, free of outside influences beating upon us to cripple the creative mind. Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Be alone. That is when ideas are born. The gift of mental power comes from God, a divine being, and if we concentrate our minds on that truth, we become in tune with this great power. The individual is ephemeral. Races and nations come and pass away, but man remains. Therein lies the profound difference between the individual and the whole. The invention is the most important product of man's creative brain. The ultimate purpose is the complete mastery of mind over the material world, the harnessing of human nature to human needs. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. The feeling is constantly growing on me that I had been the first to hear the greeting of one planet to another. The spread of civilization may be likened to a fire first, a feeble spark, next a flickering flame, then a mighty blaze, ever increasing in speed and power. We crave new sensations, but soon become indifferent to them. The wonders of yesterday are today common occurrences. Of all things, I liked books best. I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. The human being is a self-propelled automaton entirely under the control of external influences. Willful and predetermined though they appear, his actions are governed not from within, but from without. He is like a float tossed about by the waves of a turbulent sea. The invention is the truest expression of human creativity. The history of science shows that theories are perishable. With every new truth that is revealed, we get a better understanding of nature, and our conceptions and views are modified. I do not think you can name many great inventions that have been made by married men. What we now want is closer contact and better understanding between individuals and communities all over the earth, and the elimination of egoism and pride, which is always prone to plunge the world into primeval barbarism and strife. The individual is ephemeral. Races and nations come and pass away, but man remains. Money does not represent such a value as men have placed upon it. All my money has been invested into experiments with which I have made new discoveries, enabling mankind to have a little easier life. I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. The mind is sharper and keener in seclusion and uninterrupted solitude. No big laboratory is needed in which to think. Originality thrives in seclusion, free of outside influences beating upon us to cripple the creative mind. Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Be alone. That is when ideas are born. It is paradoxical, yet true, to say that the more we know, the more ignorant we become in the absolute sense, for it is only through enlightenment that we become conscious of our limitations. Precisely one of the most gratifying results of intellectual evolution is the continuous opening up of new and greater prospects. Of all the frictional resistances, the one that most retards human movement is ignorance, what Buddha called the greatest evil in the world. The friction which results from ignorance can be reduced only by the spread of knowledge and the unification of the heterogeneous elements of humanity. No effort could be better spent. Life is and will ever remain an equation incapable of solution, but it contains certain known factors. The development of science and of the creative activities of the spirit requires a freedom that consists in the independence of thought from the restrictions of authoritarian and social prejudice. All that was great in the past was ridiculed, condemned, combated, suppressed only to emerge all the more powerfully, all the more triumphantly from the struggle. Peace can only come as a natural consequence of universal enlightenment. Let the future tell the truth, and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs. The future, for which I have really worked, is mine. The gift of mental power comes from God, divine being, and if we concentrate our minds on that truth, we become in tune with this great power. The day when we shall know exactly what electricity is will chronicle an event probably greater, more important than any other recorded in the history of the human race. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. The mind is everything. What you think you become. Science is but a perversion of itself unless it has as its ultimate goal the betterment of humanity. I am credited with being one of the hardest workers, and perhaps I am, if thought is the equivalent of lab hour, for I have devoted to it almost all of my waking hours.